Hello, 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 guys. We're live. Awesome. I was running late and I thought I might not have made it, but I did. Cheers. Hello, Myth. You made it. Dasha, Sandy. Hello. MC. Reeps, hello, welcome, welcome. Stayed, hello. Styles, Clinton, Dasha, did I say your name twice? Alex, hey, Alex, and darker image. Random YouTube lives, hello. And a couple of others. Minus, this what was a earlier comment. Mineralin, hello. You haven't been here for a while. I'm glad you're here now. Yes, how are you guys doing? I am, I've been stressed out. No, not really stressed out. Just I had to take care of a lot of things right before stream, and I started up the PC, and then nothing worked, and I had to restart, and it was like 10 minutes before. That's always a bit stressful, but it seems to work now at least. Actually making a live stream. Hope you are all well. Thank you, Nick Solo. I am actually making a live stream. It's actually not my first. Maybe it's your first, but I'm fairly new to it. Bach, hello, 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 and Lonuts, hi, hello, welcome. Oh dear. Going fancy? Oh, you mean my clothing or the setup? Well, I hope stream can help you decompress a bit. Sounds like a tiring day. Well, I mean, the day generally was actually fairly relaxing. I did a bit of work on on several projects, and it was just now here, just the 2 hours before stream. I just had to kind of make dinner and everything else that I needed to do, and yeah, sometimes you're running a bit late. Hey Nip, welcome. I'm good now that all the work is done and I have nothing to do. I felt useless. Well, you know what? I know that feeling. I like your room. It's cozy. Styles, Clinton. Thank you so much. It is cozy. I actually I made this shelf myself, and it didn't have anything to do with streaming in general. It was just a piece of furniture I found to be useful just for my office in general. So yeah, but yeah, it works great as kind of a backdrop to streaming. But I wish I made the shelves a bit bigger, because the only books that can stay here are kind of small books. So it is kind of restricted in that sense. But other than that, yes, the shelves are like 3 meters tall. They are actually. So this is, yeah, they go all the way up to the ceiling, which is fairly high. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Hey, Donnie. Welcome, Donnie Marco. I didn't even start up Minecraft before starting the stream, so I kind of have to set everything up here. I'll just do this before I share the screen. Let's see. I think I got it here. Okay, guys. I will check if everything works. I believe it does. Yes. Sometimes it takes, yes, okay. Now something happened. It is Vagabond. Yeah, I'm actually, I haven't read all of them yet. I am on the 5th book. But at the moment, I'm just a bit, after work and everything, if you have to read in the evening, it can be a bit, I mean, I love reading, but I'm just so tired. Hey, Sophie, welcome. Ascent, what's up, Six? I'm good. You know what? I am really good. I have a lot to show you guys. What a beauty, Dasha. Thank you so much. So, yes, I have a lot to show you guys. I did a bit of work off stream again. Just a bit. Hey, Crow, welcome. Myth and myself have decided to spare you off-stream spam for once, and you are on call while you're live. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. But guys, okay. We made this path up towards the castle, and I did a bit of texturing off stream and a bit of just laying some leaves just to add a bit of character to the path upwards. Nothing special, just a bit. It's good to be here. That's awesome. I love your voice. It's so easy and calm to listen to. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Did some off camera. Have you now? Are you being cheeky, Dasha? But yeah, so this part here is actually kind of a good way of kind of understanding the concept I have for the build. Benji, do you paper sketch every build before you make it? No, I don't. For this build, I made a quick Photoshop sketch. So I took a screenshot of the mountains. The mountains, they were already there. They were vanilla mountains basically. And I just took a screenshot and I made a sketch of kind of the shapes of each of the mountains and where I could see all these kind of structures be placed. And that was basically the whole idea of this build. So you can see that sketch is in the second stream. If you go on my channel, you can see that. And that's actually a good way, I find, to do it, to kind of get to not draw too, not to draw anything that's too detailed, just something that kind of gets your kind of imaginations kind of going, basically. Maybe this is time to be slightly more interactive. I was working on one of my projects last time. Oh, that's okay. You can also just listen and drop in sometime to join. You know what? I do the same. One of my things is to listen to my friend Sandy's stream or a couple of other streams when I'm doing the dishes. So I barely watch. I just listen, and that can be nice too. And you're allowed to do that. Okay, just to return to the concept. So I want the red kind of theme of the cinnabar and the gradients of the cinnabar be the kind of the through line for everything. So I want that to be part of the interior too. I don't want to mask that from the inside. So I wanted to combine some other aspects, some other designs with that kind of rough outer wall. So for this part here, I went with the kind of the dark oak just as when I say to give warmth, I don't mean in color, but just as a material. That wood is kind of considered a warm piece of material. It's generally kind of more inviting. So I wanted to give that quality to the staircases. So this design goes all the way up. We did that last stream, or was it the stream before? I can't remember exactly. And this goes all the way up, and the lights are hidden behind here. So you have the you have that hidden here because it's 2 blocks. I as my nemesis Dasha keeps telling me, reminding me. Well, she's not my nemesis, but as she keeps reminding me, I hate uneven numbers when it comes to building. So for instance, we have 2 blocks here. I mean, it looks fine, but I can't have a lamp or anything kind of line up in the middle. I need 3 for that. So that's why I don't have anything hanging from the top. I wanted that to be included in the design. Good thing the ballroom doesn't need to have too much furniture. Well, a bit. It does need a bit, but not in the. Well, I think we'll come to that actually. We'll hopefully come to that in the stream. The ballroom. Yes. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're going up. So we're running with this theme for this tower, just for the entire tower, and then you can go up further. And I just added the Did I actually forget to? I might have missed a couple of spots here, but that's fine for now. But up here we, you know what? Let's. Oh, okay. I can see I have I have the texture problem that happened to me last time. I think we, yes, you can see I can't see any of the blocks here. So I think reloading the texture pack, the resource pack will, this should work. Hey Patty! Hi guys and girls, welcome. It does work, why is that? Do we really need to read? Oh, that's another thing. And it's not related to the shaders, right? I don't think it is. It shouldn't be. It is something to do with the resource pack. If not, I need to reload the. Oh, okay, it works. Oh, does it? Yes. Yes. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Let's... So I want to add a bit more light, and I believe the normal lantern does add a bit more light to this place. But yeah, this is what I did for this tower. I think I did this off stream. So I added this, the ceiling here, and just a couple of chests, just as so that it can work as a watchtower basically. Look at this view. Good old turn it off and on again does the trick. It's a bit like restarting the computer, which will resolve like 90% of any PC issues or computer issues. It's probably a bit like that. Then we have the bridge here, also lit up from the bottom. And the next one here is a bit different because it's smaller. I went for a more minimalist design, so this is just lit up by these tiny lanterns here, nothing special. And then we go up. Up and up and up, and we get the view here, and we can go further up here and also have a nice view from inside. I believe this is, yeah, I put these up here, so there's light here for the people that will talk about me not me not spawn proofing anything. Well, actually, I didn't spawn proof anything because look at this. We missed all of that. Okay, and now we're up here. Okay. So I have this trapdoor set up here. Look at that. How awesome is that? I don't usually watch YouTube with lunch, but this I will gladly make an exception. Oh, that's awesome, Reeps. What type of architect am I? So when I started to become an architect, you could go into 5 different directions. You could go into actually you can actually see it as scale based. So you can from the smallest scale, which was industrial design, it was called, like in Denmark, and that is design of just small design, just of products basically, or just anything that in that regard. Then there were three styles of paths you could take that all kind of were about buildings in general. So one of them was a straight up kind of building architect. The other one was a conceptual architect. It leaned more into like bigger concepts, a bit more maybe for larger scale architecture in general, more concept-driven architecture instead of houses. And then there was a I don't know how to translate it, but it's basically a path that is about preserving traditional architecture. So restorations, building in relations to old like existing architecture and typically older architecture. And the final one, the fifth one, was landscaping and planning. So this is the largest scale. So you could kind of find your path within that if you wanted to go more about landscapes or more about planning entire cities. So it's a really big field of study, really. And mind you, this is only that at the time I went there, this was the five kind of paths you could take, and I took the most straight up, just normal architect that builds buildings, basically. Yeah. So that's basically from an educational perspective. I'm that, but they change it. I mean, they often change how these different kind of ways you can study work. So it just a couple of years after I finished, they changed it again and then again and again. So it's not set in stone, but usually you can see it as in different scales of building. So from design and all the way up to planning entire cities. So here is our first tiny problem. It's not really a problem, but because the time stands still right now, as it is, we can't. The clouds are actually inside the building. So just for now, I'll remove the clouds. Just for showing you guys. This one off. Yes, the gate here. This is a gate that I built off stream again, and now I need glasses for some reason. Come on. I don't know why it does this, but okay. I made this entrance here. I wanted this to be. I wanted to keep the kind of the canopy of the tree here. So I kept it a bit more like its own thing. Like closer to the wall, instead of closing everything off at the top. And I think I maybe start on this gate before. I think I maybe actually I didn't make some of this kind of the entrance a bit, and then I changed it later maybe. But I ended up making a double door. So a door here and a door here. So it kind of closes in and out like this, because the walls are so thick. So we might as well have the walls inside of the structure, like so. And then it's off center here, and all of this I built last time. Not all of it, but I built this design I made, but I didn't before I got to finish the stream. I actually didn't get to copy everything on all sides, but I did it now. So you can see this is the throne room. We're gonna have we have the entrance here, and then we have the throne over here. Probably some furniture, but this also has to be kind of in a fairly open space where people come in. Maybe some sort of pathway up to. We'll have to see about that. And it looks fantastic. Thank you so much. We still don't have a floor pattern. I have some thoughts about that, but we won't be doing that. We won't be doing this now. This would mostly be for furnishing and, yeah, basically mostly for furnishing and kind of making the missing parts of the interior. And I don't want to. So for the floor pattern, it's also important to have the furniture be there, because however the kind of the space is used will also affect how the floor will kind of appear. So I think it's better to wait and then create the furniture and then go with look at the floor plan later. Yes, so what you see here is a balcony upstairs, and you have a window here. I can't remember if I did that last time, but we have one window here. You can't really see anything because of the tree, but I think that's fine. You're supposed to. And then we have a couple of doorways here you haven't seen. 6 wings built in 144p is a special experience, let me tell you. What are you talking about? Just wanted to say that I love your buildings. Copied Utgard already, and my favorite server on your favorite server. Next project is Violent. Awesome. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Okay, let's have a look at this side first. Yes, Sandy, you mentioned the walls maybe, but yes, this relates to the thing I mentioned before entering the staircase tower. I want to keep a lot of the exposed materials from the outside on the inside. So I think this is a good way of doing it. We kind of have this more neat and welcoming wall on kind of plastered on the inside, and with all the dark oak, and then you still have the sensation of this more rustic kind of raw construction or structure above. Okay, is it really that bad? Is it still bad? I have to check my own. Is it that bad? Maybe it is. It's clear right now. Okay, so it drops the quality. Yeah, for the internet, it might be that. I think I have it to kind of to change if there is a dip. Okay. The main staircase is here, and this you can see the same design I used outside. I'm gonna use here. Are you from Germany? We have damn crappy net here. I'm from Denmark, but half German basically. But yeah, it's the same thing I did here with the lighting inside or behind the trapdoors. But other than that, this is just a simple staircase. But I think just adding this adds a lot of flavor to an otherwise kind of boring staircase. So I think this actually works quite well. And this one goes all the way up to all the floors basically. I missed one, guys. Oh wait, maybe I actually didn't add one here, did I? Did I forget to add one here? I might have done that. Yes, so you see here, I didn't add one for the balcony. Okay. You know what? Let's take the other staircase. So we have this room here. I just added this construction for this room, and then we're going outside here, and you have the beautiful view of the bridge. I love this view. This is awesome. Very dark, but that's fine. I think it's very imposing. I like that. Yes, and I made this Hogwarts-esque kind of a, well, in Hogwarts it's actually candles flying, but here it's more of a torch. But yes, I have a secondary staircase here, and this one leads all the way up to So you can go in here to the main hall and then up here. Yes. Let's have a look. For this one, I didn't do much. I added a bit of structure here and a bit of kind of load-bearing beams here, but I kept this fairly simple, this one. But yeah, you have the access to the balcony here. And the balcony has this jagged shelf slash trapdoor design, which is... did my voice just crack? This is the first build I use shelves at all. I mean, I haven't used it for anything else. Because all the other builds were from an earlier version before this. But yeah, I think it works quite well. You have the construction up here. It's still bulky and kind of strong, but it also has this kind of detailed quality that I like, that I kind of try to add. So everything, there's a bit of a contrast between the more bulky structure and still a bit of detail. You could add more here, but I think this is a good balance. And then we have the room here. This room here, I think, will just be one form of transition room. It could be an armory or something else. I don't know yet. And then going up further, we have the next floor, which will be the barracks, or at least some kind of housing for the soldiers, for people that kind of have... I would call it a barracks. For now, I've just made a hole here so we can move up and down easily when we build. I know that because so a friend of mine showed me this no clipping function, and it's really, really convenient. But I'm also a bit of an old school kind of. I kind of cling to the vanilla way of playing for at least some of it. But it is a really, really convenient tool to use. I just really like the more tangible way of building, so I don't end up in a wall. Okay, but here is I'll show you with actually I need my I need the thingy here, and we can just say clear if we want to remove it. Okay, so you can see now that this isn't lit up, but this is basically just one big room, and I will kind of add a wall here maybe, and have rooms inside here, and have rooms over here, and maybe a corridor in the middle or something like that. So this won't be one big room. This will be like several tiny rooms or smaller rooms. And then you have, let's just keep going with the shaders on. Let's see. Yes, okay, and all the doorways kind of follow a simple design for these pathways here. They have a kind of a mechanism. This kind of is supposed to kind of indicate some form of way of shutting the door, and this could be made in redstone, I suppose, because the walls are pretty thick. I haven't done any redstone yet, but you might be able to do something like I don't know, some kind of door here. We can see about that. And what do we got? Why does this keep? Okay. Okay, and here this is just an empty room, but this is not just an empty room, and I will show you in a bit. I mean, some of this is already exposed in terms of the way I have all these kind of you can see through. You're not supposed to do that, but I'll come back to this room because there's a significance to this kind of the pathway. You can go here and actually out here. I'll show you in a bit. On the topic of grand archway you made, I currently despise you for the terrain you chose for a crystalling. I'm going crazy trying to build it right now. Really? I did it completely on a it's more or less just a vanilla seed. I don't know why is that so bad. Signal state. That shouldn't be bad. I also heard German at first. I'm not so sure. It's just my friend's voice. No, so I'm interested how there's currently only one path through the castle. I feel like people might run through it too quickly. What do you mean one path? Why do you know there's only one path? There are several paths. Okay, let's go further up here. That's a bit of a view here. Kind of like these small niches around the build. Okay, what happens here? We go further up. Here's a small balcony. And we go in here, and this is... So, I'm not entirely sure, but I think this should be the main chambers of the king. So everything will be closed off in a way that's much more private. So I might close this door off more as a permanent... I mean, it shouldn't be this easy accessible. Look at this awesome light here. Crazy, right? But just... Oh, okay, yeah. Fall down through the hole in the ground. That's nice. But this room here should be like a big dedicated room for the king. And it could be that if this king is more of a scholar king, this could be his grand archive. So imagine tall shelves of books here in general. That could be really awesome. And for the ceiling here, I actually thought about doing a symmetrical on both sides. So the structure will kind of... the arches or walls would actually go through on both sides, but I actually like this kind of directional kind of structure instead. I think it looks really, really good. So I'll keep this. But this might be the king's chambers, but also some sort of archive. Ah, the lighting, so much yet so little. What do you know? Sorry, I wanted to reply to Myth. Okay, you're just having a discussion. I'll keep out of it. It's because it's vanilla terrain. It's making you insane. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say, but I believe you. You had an easier time with Violence, Natural Bridge, and the comparison to the Shattered Tiger Cliffs. Okay. None your business. Okay, I'll keep to myself, Sandy. Okay, so this is if this is the archives or some sort of study for the king, then this will be the king's bedroom. That means that this wall here will either be closed off entirely or closed off with the possibility of opening it, but it being kind of closed off by default, and then maybe the king can open it himself. But I think this is a good place for his bedroom. And let's go further up. Well, actually, I did think about if I should add a balcony up here, but I don't think so, because this is a private room, so I don't think that will be the case. But I might do that if the archives, the library part goes all the way up, then it actually could be nice with some sort of balcony. But we'll see about that. Another interior balcony. Or mezzanine. Mezzanine or mezzanine? I don't know the pronunciation. The king's bedroom. Exactly, Crow. Exactly. The king, you're the king. I'm the king, Sandy. Well, I mean, for the final video, I might make myself the king. Okay. Then we go up here, and what do we have here? We have... we can go further up, or we can go in here to this awesome room. I mean, again, this is not supposed to be open, and this is not supposed to be open. We're still in the building process. And this, my friend, is... okay, I hate that the soundboard is over here, so it's not very sneaky when I do this. Look, guys, I'm pushing this button.
Ballroom!
It's I need a macro key on my keyboard or something, or my Stream Deck. Long live the king. Let's have a look here, because this is clearly too dark. I don't have any light up here. But look at how awesome this looks. We will try to design this today too, and I will go for a similar design as at the bottom at the throne room, with having one kind of a layer of blocks on the inside and then a balcony on the up here. And of course, the main staircase I showed you before, which is this one, it goes all the way up here. Yes, so the ballroom is here, but it will also be I mean, they're not dancing, ballroom dancing all night long, every day, each day of the week. So this has to be a multifunctional room. We're gonna have court sessions here, like meetings, gatherings of the nobles, all sorts of stuff where we need to decide stuff. So that's why a balcony could be cool, because the balcony could be used for the members of the Senate or whatever this will be, but it could also be used as a balcony to watch the people dance. The party hard stone bridges, exactly. Yes. So the part down here I'll show you in a bit, but I'll loop around and go back. So here we have the main kind of entrance to the second castle on the other side, or the second part of the castle. And this is just a big flex, this bridge. It doesn't have to do much. This is just a big flex. We might add armory, a kind of armor stands or something here so it serves a function. But we'll see about that. Just to show you what you can do, you can either go this way, you can also go up here, and also look at this view here. I just love this view. Look at this. How awesome is this? What? Oh, okay. And I died. Okay. We can go up here and then also look at this. This is awesome. And then up here. And here is the balcony on top. And you will have the balcony inside the ballroom. And of course, the access point to the roof above. So this is where we have to do some additional parts for the other side, because right now, well, I mean, both sides are really are missing a lot. So let's just move over here and I'll show you. I wonder if the king's apartment should be in the second castle. It's harder to storm and the bridge should hold off the attackers. I thought so too, but I don't know, Dasha. I just really like, I know that it makes sense, but I just feel like, so my thought is that this part here will be the court wizard's quarters. So so we have this place here and we have the wizard tower up here, which right now can't be accessed. But I just think that because of, there are other reasons why I want the king to be on the other side, and it's basically because we have, so we have the room up here and the room down here, and I feel like these are the most kind of extravagant rooms over here, but they're accessible directly by access. You can get access to them with these kind of big corridors from the from the bridge, or coming from the bridge, which just seems to be a way too. I don't know. It seems to be too. How would you put it? Accessible. I think this. It feels like a place that the nobles can walk and kind of experience. So my idea is to have the wizard tower up top where nobody can have access, and then have these rooms be maybe accessible rooms for some of the nobles. It could be. So I have an idea for this room here. A witch instead of a wizard. It could be a witch. I mean, I have made a lot of content about witches, so it might be. But some kind of sorceress or sorcerer, because in this room I want to place the Bloodstone, and the Bloodstone, no lag. Okay, that's awesome. The Bloodstone will be this. Yeah, I'm just lighting this up because I have none of this is lit up at all right now. But the Bloodstone will be this kind of imagine this kind of organic kind of rock that lights up in the middle. So it's very bright in the middle, and then it almost goes up and becomes, so it's reddish, and then it kind of it has a gradient up to some like darker parts, basically the same color as the build, but glowing in the middle. And this will be kind of a centerpiece for this room here, and almost like a. So if you remember the autumn, not the autumn, the if you remember Emerald, not Emerald. What am I saying? Emberheart Castle. The reason why it's called that is it has an Ember Heart in the middle or up top, like this source of power for some reason. And I think this should be here, like this kind of magical stone that people can observe and almost maybe even worship or something. I don't know yet, but it should be the centerpiece of this room here. And downstairs, I'm not sure. It depends on because right now it is very accessible from here. So this might be a room that is a more of a public room for the nobles. I don't know what it should be. What should be inside, but we'll see about that. And that also fits with having a courtyard out here. This being kind of a place where people can go and just have a nice view. Refresh the browser. Oh, some of you are having issues. So Sophie, you are having issues with. Okay, and Sandy, your stream works, so it shouldn't be on my end. Then down here, you can see I already made the staircase here, just a mock-up of the staircase. And I think down here will be the wizard's kind of quarters, where he or she or whatever this person, who this person is, will be here and kind of brewing the potions. And maybe there's also a library here or something. I don't know yet, but some kind of space for the wizard. I think this should be it. And then the wizard he has access to. I'm just saying the wizard just for now. Greetings from Germany. Hello, welcome. Hey Odin, welcome. Yeah, I think this tower here and this will be reserved for the wizard. Generally, I don't know what it should be used for because we do have kind of several rooms or kind of ways of entering. And I think because we have so many staircases, maybe we can make another one, or we could use this for as a functional kind of space for something. Same with this over here. What is it that you want to be to have? You want to have more control over my build, Dasha? Is that it? So when the king visits his queen to hopefully produce an heir, the guards joke he's walking the bridge. Funny. Yeah. When would you end the stream? So I usually end the stream at 11 o'clock my time. So that will be. So that will be in less than 3 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, guys, I made this lift. Look at this. This will be a kind of a lift, a general lift that can transport like wares from downstairs, from outside. Anything really. It can move like resources, also people if necessary. Because down here we'll need some sort of not here, but down here we need some sort of dungeon for all the inmates. Probably down here. And then we actually have 2 layers of, or 2 stories that I don't know what to do with. This could also be the place where the wizard or witch resides. This could also be it. So we have a bit of leeway, but I also want to kind of have a big, like a huge a storage room, a wine cellar, stuff like that. But a dungeon could be really cool to have down here. Yes. Then we have a kind of curious access point here, a wine cellar. Yes, Sandy. My lord proposal, the magician is the queen, and she's in a political marriage with the king. They live separately. Yeah, so you have the queen on one side and the king on the other side. That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually a good idea. You have these twin peaks, twin castles with one each. They each represent different things. And that already blends in with what I want to do. Okay, so you have this part here. So this will be a secret passage that can be accessed from the dungeon for one specific reason, but also this will be an access point between the barracks. So all the soldiers, they have a separate access point. And because I don't want to have people running in and out of the main hallway, the hallway is supposed to be a royal kind of passageway for where nothing bad happens, nothing. Everything is kind of cozy and kind of royal and grand and appealing in many ways. And this part here below, this is where the real kind of the real stuff happens. This is where the soldiers can kind of they can move in and out, and if they want to get across, which they will several times, they have to get across the bridge, they will go this way, and also for a quick getaway for the king, if there's a siege, this is the way that you would send in the king and queen. And then of course you have the blood door, which I believe I already showed you last time, in the middle here. And for the people who knows Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire, you probably know of the moon door. And this is the exact same concept. So this is... Oh! Okay, I'm drowning. I need to do something here. I need to keybind a little differently here. I need to remove this, and I need to add this here. Awesome. And then we have 2 different ones. Let's take 600 times the speed. Not 600. 6 times the speed. Okay. Moon door, that is... Okay, in Game of Thrones, the Eyrie is a castle up in the mountains, and it has a moon door. It's called the moon door. It's basically a hole in the floor where people get sentenced to die, and they get thrown down there. So that is a reference. So if you remember the place I showed you earlier, this is actually the access point. And then you can go here, and you have this room here. This will be primarily for soldiers. Then they can go out here and into this secret tower on the outside. And then they can go down here. And they can go down here and... Is it me that missed it? Or okay, I didn't miss it. And over here, and they can go into the barracks on this side. So now we're at the barracks before where we were on the other side. So you have the secret passage in between, and I simply took the tower from... I took this tower over here, or more or less... Okay, it's actually a bit laggy now. How big? Okay. I took the small tower here and added one on this side. Look at this. Just as a separate access point. And this is also a tower that will be accessible from the bottom here. This might be concealed a little bit better. Right now it's just a winding staircase here. But this might be a more stealthy approach. It could be a pressure plate or something. Add a bunch of skeleton skulls in the water below. Yes, that would be awesome. Hello, no one, and welcome. But yeah, this is basically the main structure. You have the ballroom inside here, and the king's chambers. At least I think so. You have the main staircase over here. You have the secondary staircase here. This will be another lift, I think. It could also be secondary rooms, but I'm thinking that it might be cool to add another lift, because we also need to service the main kind of spaces here. So having a lift for kind of just in general is actually a good addition. So I might add this in this one here. yeah, Dasha, it's for her lovers, exactly. Why does it have to be so dishonorable? Why can't it just be a functioning marriage? It has to be this rivalry with adultery and all sorts of stuff. Dasha, but I do like your passion for for the law. Okay, guys. We haven't built anything and I've been talking for an hour, but I think it's nice just to give you a small tour of the build. So let's just start recording here, and let's start with the most important part of the entire build, which is the throne. I have no plans for how to build it, but I would probably want something that I tend to go kind of monochrome in the way I build. So I usually don't add a lot of different colors. I usually stick to very few, maybe 2 main colors for a build. I mean, it's depending on the build, but I try to kind of keep it monochromatic in usually, or at least have 2 main colors. So let's just do the shape first. So let's see. I'll start with just making the shape of it. So we have 3 here. I'll just kind of... I want him to be sitting up high. So this is just a volume just to have something to work off of. So let's just see. This is purely just 1 block type. And all of this will be kind of switched out with other stuff. Let's just try and add a bit of kind of a couple of no idea if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Just trying to get so just from a scale perspective, I think this is fine. I think it shouldn't be bigger than this. I think this is a good scale. It's kind of you have the backdrop, and it kind of fits within that. I think that works fairly well. I'm just trying to ask if you can have a schematic for this build. I haven't made it yet. Everything is made up on the spot. Nothing is planned ahead. How is that? I keep meaning to get around it. There are no schematics. What about other builds? I have all schematics are on my Patreon for all my other builds. So actually, just this, what I made here is not half bad. I don't want to keep it this way, but it's not half bad. I probably want to do a bit of a just something on top. It might be a could be something like this. Okay, what do we have? We have these. What about? Okay, we need the cushions, guys. When the update comes, I will add the cushions to this one, and a couple of other things I will add too. But we need to see. Oh, what do we got here, guys? This is also. Come on! I might have to do something about this. So everything is gone now. Let's see. Oh wait. Let's see. I'm guessing it's a kind of a known bug. Big Bad Punisher, hello and welcome. Nice to see you here. Okay, it worked. Pale, is that it? Pale oak. Let's try and use. Maybe we can use this just to add a bit of variation. Perhaps Tunis Shunen. I'm a big fan of your YouTube videos, the tutorials. Awesome! I'm so glad you like them. And welcome to you. Okay, definitely not that. Definitely not that. Let's try something else. What am I doing? But guys, if you want to, hey Stonks, welcome. I don't know about this. I'm just trying to see. So we have shelves. Birch. Everyone's favorite block is probably birch, right? That is the best block. Birch and diorite. And not the polished diorite, the raw diorite. That is a real crowd pleaser. But maybe this is too. I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I don't know, guys. Let's just try and see. This is the real answer. Okay, hear me out. They both have their uses. Raw diorite is actually a nice block to use at times. It is. So I am I'm of course teasing you guys, but I'm actually not. I don't have anything. I really don't have much animosity towards either of the blocks. I must say with the birch, I don't use it as much anymore, but I did use it a fair amount for the Autumn Castle. I believe I used it for that. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, this throne is not. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm not that not that fond of it. There's like 0 bad blocks in Minecraft. That being said, I personally have no idea how to use the very saturated ones like honeycomb and resin. Yeah, I'm not no good with those either. How many months you think I'm gonna spend to build this in survival? I don't know. It depends on if you're building from a tutorial or a schematic, because I mean, that's quite a lot of cinnabar. Okay, let's see. Can we light this up from behind? Okay, let's see, because we do have a lot of different kinds of ways of lighting up blocks. So we have the ochre light and the verdant and the pearlescent, and in the challenge completed. Whoa! So look at this. You have these blocks here, and they will definitely affect how it's lit up. But this might not work because we really want to have this color scheme here. Probably not. Same goes with the green one. I don't think that will ever be a thing that matches this. It looks evil, right? So I'm just taking a look and seeing if it works, having this backlit area. I like it because the throne will be much more kind of a silhouette. So maybe I should try and make the throne a bit more. It looks like right now it looks like a chainsaw you're using to kind of like a small chainsaw. I don't like that. So let's just try something else. Let's make it. You know what? Let's try our good old Blackstone. See what we got here. What is that? I keep forgetting that you can align them like this, and then this just becomes too bulky, I think. It's not quite what I want. It's not quite what I want. I started first with the Sanctum, but it took me so many times and breaks that I finished the bathhouse in the meantime, kind of rebuilding the scenery of Spirited Away with the food mile. Yes, the bathhouse from Spirited Away was definitely a kind of vague form of like a inspiration, basically. Yeah. I want to do something else here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. It just very easily gets bulky, but maybe this is fine. And then adding, let's see. This is one of those things you can kind of spend so much time on and nothing really. You don't come to any form of conclusion or anything. Let's try and change this a bit. This might be too narrow of a shape, but in a way it's could work. How many months? Hey, Rebecca, I didn't see you before. Maybe you popped in before I even saw you, but hello. What about a take on Freya's throne? I actually can't remember exactly how that looked, but it's probably also just freestyled, like what I usually do with stuff like that. But Crimson, yes, I mean, the thing is with this block here, I think it's fairly close in the with the shader pack I'm using, and I'm using this one, so I will kind of make it match to that one. But yeah, I think it's not that bad right now. We don't have to do, I mean, I can always come back and kind of add a bit more to it. We also, of course, need a way to get up there. And maybe even a... do you think you ever work more with more redstone into the larger projects? I love the working gatehouse in your monastery build. Yes, I did think about doing something for this build, actually. I was thinking of adding a lift. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, Sandy, let me check this out. What did I do with that? With Freya's Hall, I did a. I can see that in my video here. Oh, that one. Yes, I can see that. But I think that one is a bit more kind of Norse inspired. It looks like this stack. What is the name for it? The name escapes me. It's the name for what does a stack have on its head? Please tell me, the English-speaking people here. You're just gonna warn me. You're gonna be making a. Okay, I'm just going to warn you now. Making a working lift with redstone will require a lot of logic gates and space to put the circuitry. So there is one I saw that works for the kind of the part of the build that I'm thinking of, but I'm not at this point. I'm not quite sure because it doesn't really resolve the issue of having a. I think I do prefer to make a kind of a law lift, something that doesn't work like the other lift that you can see working, because I want it to be accessible to all layers or all levels. And I'm not sure it will kind of jive with that design, because I think it only goes up and down and up and down. But maybe we'll see about that. We don't have to decide now. We will take a look later. So I will be doing just a bit of a. Let's see. We'll do some adjustments here. Let's see if I can kind of create a almost like this one is see. Because I want this to be accessible. I don't want an obvious kind of... the other one was accessible from the... from the inside. It was a bit bigger actually than this one, but I think having something to that can kind of I don't know, some kind of access point from the back that might work. I'm just doing this as a this won't be the final one, the final design. I'm just thinking, because if I add these ones, I only have, so only open in the middle, and that kind of doesn't give that kind of open feeling. So I might actually do something else. Let's see, what about this? And then maybe we could add some... There's something I'm not quite sure about. I might actually use... so I usually use banners for stuff like this. But then again, I'm not even sure I want to go with the white one. And now we have the lighting on the back, so I will probably want to remove that. And also just the design of the shelves. I don't know. Maybe it was okay. Oh wait, how about the that oak? What am I looking for? Shelves, yes. I'm just going to, yeah, okay. So for some reason, maybe I'll check over here. For some reason my chat on okay, now it updates. I was wondering why doesn't the chat move? For some reason the chat inside OBS was kind of was just completely still. Don't know why. Is it possible to recreate a whole Clash of Clan village of any level in Minecraft? Perhaps. So I usually don't create. I usually want to create original builds, so my own designs. I enjoy that the most, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's just a preference. I just enjoy doing that more. So this could be a kind of, well, just thinking if right now, yeah, you have to kind of have the lights. All the lights could be inside the wall, but I actually like the wall to be clean. So they would need to be open here in some way or another. You know what? Let's not think about that right now. Let's just. I think we could add just a bit of detail on the throne for some parts of it. So what do we have? Should we add a bit of? I mean, adding something like trapdoors here will only make it more kind of. Just adds a bit of detail. It doesn't really add much because it's kind of blends in. But I do like the idea of kind of adding. I don't know, maybe something hanging from the the top of the stair. How about this? And then having I mean, I love hey, hello, Dang. Welcome. It kind of looks like the throne has legs. Yes, I think that it does look like that. And yeah, I'm not sure. No, I was just gonna say I do love my lanterns. It's just that I use them so much that this is just another place to hang lanterns. I don't want that. And now it looks like kind of earrings or something. Now I can unsee that this, or maybe it even looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like eyes on a kind of creature. So these are the legs. Now I can unsee that. So let's quickly remove it. Let's quickly remove it. Okay, just quickly. We have the king standing here, right? Or sitting. Oh, I have a throw. I have a look at this. This is funny. There's a law. There is a reason why I have this crown on. It wasn't for comedic effect for this moment. So Sandy knows what. Sandy knows why. If she wants to reveal it, she can, but I won't say anything. But this is a texture pack I just added. Yes, I still have it on. I forgot to take it off. That's why I said at the beginning of the stream that I was way too late. I didn't plan anything, and I didn't get to remove the helmet. Look at this. The golden helmet is meant for a series that Sandy wants to make on her channel. She wants to have she's probably a lot better at explaining it, but she wants to have a village that starts small, but instead of just building it, she wants to have kind of a lore around that series where there's a king and she's the chief engineer of that town, and that king will she will go to the king and ask, what do you need for the town? And the king will say this, a blacksmith or a warehouse or a farm or anything that the town needs. And guess who's going to be the king? That's why Sandy keeps saying that I'm the king in this build, and right now I am. You can see. Yeah. So that is a cool series that Sandy is going to make. I don't know when the first episode will drop, but Sandy in chat, if you want to check out her stuff, you can do that. She makes a lot of stuff with the Create mod. Create mod, that is a kind of a mod that adds a lot of cool additions to Minecraft, where you can craft, machines and turning gears and stuff like that. Thank you so much. Next, are you giving me $20? You are a real one. Hello, good sir. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I'm even better now that you gave me that. Thank you so much. Six King, exactly. Long may he reign. Well, I mean, Dasha, how long will he reign if he has a devious, backstabbing, queen at his side that will do all sorts of weird stuff behind his back. I don't know how safe he really is. And do you really mean that when you say long may he reign? I think you want some stuff to befall the king. I can feel the intentions behind the words. Yeah, I don't know the legs part. I'm not quite sure. That is a good thing. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. You know, we'll see about that. We can add some. I want to add a bit of a some sort of approach. And what do we have here? We have some. Oh. Okay, I can't see anything. It's impossible. I want to add something that kind of highlights the and it's also really sweet of you to just make this contribution next without any kind of hard-hitting question that usually comes with these sorts of super chats. So so that means it comes straight from your heart, which means a lot to me. Not that it doesn't either way. I'm just saying that people usually take this opportunity to kind of ask questions that, I mean, any question really that. And right now I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just trying stuff out and see if it works. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want some sort. Okay, let's try and just remove this again and just see. I want to have some sort of approach. The thing is, I don't know exactly what we're going to do out here. So I just want a kind of a neutral way of kind of approaching this space. So do we want these guys here? Probably not. Maybe. I want to add. Okay, what I want to add is a bit of lighting. So let's add the usual. Candles just for now, and you have some sort of way of getting up here and sharing what you want to share for the king. May your wings carry you far. Hail the king. Thanks, Nex. Is potato here? Did you say that? Yeah, I haven't seen potato. Hey, Reeps, you're back. Awesome. Let's just. Oh, you know what? Let's do a red candle. Okay, so guys, I need your help. I want to ask you guys what we should add to this room, because I don't believe it should be like furnished to a large extent. But I do think so just my thoughts here. You'd think the king got the nickname Six Wings because of some poetic reason, but no. One day he ordered his servants to cook 6 full ducks, ate only the wings, and gave the rest to the dogs. I mean, you know what? You know what I should do, Dasha? I should promote you to the court jester. You'll be the court jester of my castle. Can you live with that? Hey Six, hello, and welcome. When will you post the palace was shown in the power of the symmetry? That is posted a long time ago on Patreon, but only for the highest tier. I wear my motley with pride. That's awesome. It's now decided that you are my court jester. So beware of what you say. You probably know how Joffrey, how he handled his jesters. I mean, it wasn't pretty. Let me say that. But I'm a merciful king. I won't do anything that will harm or discredit you in any way. I will be just and fair and noble. This is just a stand-in. This might be removed later. I just want something to be here. Just some kind of approach. But okay, guys. Enough fooling around. Let's talk about this. We have the balcony. And we have the throne. That is basically the two elements that are here. I do like the... So, in general, I do like the idea of designing as much of the building as possible so I don't have to do the interior. I don't know if that makes sense to explain it, if I explaining it this way, but if you imagine this room here, just this room, a lot of this will kind of bleeds into the furniture aspect of a room. So I might add kind of benches and stuff that are kind of integrated into the build in a way where it kind of seems like it's part of the building aspect of the building, not the furniture. So that's why a lot of my builds, they actually, the architecture kind of intrudes on the furniture, intrudes on the interior design in a way that where I almost don't have to do much interior design, at least for these larger scale rooms that are more about the grandness and feeling of just standing there and observing the room instead of having a specific function, if that makes sense. But I still feel in that spirit, I still need to talk to you guys about what would be added here, because if you see the Red Keep in Game of Thrones, what do you have? You have a typical. It's actually very much made like a church with the throne being an altar, and you have the seats, the benches going up, leading up. So you have a pathway up to the king, and then you have the benches. But because this room is not elongated, it is kind of a circular room. I kind of like the idea of not keeping it too directional, because in that spirit, I would probably place thrones or benches like this, kind of facing the throne, but this way. But yeah, on the side, and then have the walkway free. But I do like the idea of kind of making this floor a centerpiece of the entire thing. So maybe the benches could be kind of on the outside, kind of circling the throne in a way where it's add some paintings. Paintings could be nice. We could add paintings up here. I'm just not sure about the paintings. Some of the newer paintings might work. Should we just cycle through some of the paintings here just to see how they look? The bigger ones. This is actually cool. Look at that. Might not work here, but still. And how do we... Okay. I mean, fairly royal in its presentation. Tapestry, add painting. I mean, tapestries I actually like even more because you can kind of add them and they can be a bit more almost designed in a way that. Good question. Because I'm thinking of something that is a bit more kind of abstract. So you have, I mean, it could be made off of. I'm just looking here and just seeing what. I mean, banners is one thing, and I do usually use banners. Could it be a combination of a banner and a kind of a? You know what? Let's try something here. Let's try and add some. I have done something like this before. Okay. Gold netherrack and red terracotta as a carpet could look royal. Yeah, I do. So well, I mentioned earlier, I do have some ideas about what to do with the floor, but I might talk about that later. I think for now, let's just leave the floor be. You gotta go now. The jester's gotta go. Okay. You did well, Dasha. The court jester. Let's hear it for Dasha in Dasha's own voice.
Ballroom.
Dasha has spoken, and she says goodbye. And I'm saying thanks for the jokes, the laughter, the humiliation. It's not really humiliation. Yeah. It was fun, Dasha. I hope you come by next time. Okay. Let's see, because I'm thinking of, can we do something that is so we need to make a drop of blood in the banner. So let's try that. But first, let's try and find some. Okay, should we start by? Let's see. The top could be some sort of. And then, okay, let's do this and then add a lever. Let's see if we can add a lever. Either a lever or a... Or this one. Oh, this could actually work. I would probably use a normal one. But so a lever would... Instead of that, we can have a lever and have the lever do either this, or it could do... Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Or this. So just to have a comparison. What is going on here? What is going on? Look at this. I'm glad Dasha is gone now, because she would give me she would ridicule me for this major discrepancy. Look at this. Here it looks fine. So I need to do this. What do you think about a chair for the pulp and some armor stands and statues on the left and the right of the king chair? Yes, we could have 2 statues here. You know what? We could add statues for the king and for the queen, or something like that, or like 2 statues on each side, because it's a mountain with 2 mountains combined. We have the king on one side, the sorceress, or whatever you would call the queen. In this case, it has to be someone with magical properties on the right side. So having 2 statues here could actually be a cool addition. Okay, guys, what do you think if we do this? Oh, and I also need to do this. Okay, we can either have multiple banners or 1 slim banner, because if I'm using banners, I would like to just make them as 1 instead of having like a wide one, if that makes sense. For now, let's just try this and see how it looks. Your voice is powerful. I never heard that before. Hey, potato. Finally, you're here. The queen leaves. The correct terminology for it is an archwitch. It could be. Okay, guys, what do you like the most? These banners or patch? What they are? What is the right word for it? Yeah, tapestries. Yes, tapestries. That's the word I was missing. What do you like most for those? Having a chain from the top, or a lever kind of going from the back of it? Do you have any preference, or none of them? Maybe just nothing. Are you working on the game? Awesome. That's awesome. But for now, let's just try and make a banner. So I am not a really kind of loom. Is it the loom you're using for banners, right? So let's see here. So banner. So the red one, that's an obvious one, of course, but it depends on what we might want to add. Red on something that is actually a black one would be nice, because we want something like a backdrop, because we have this dark kind of Bloodstone as kind of the backdrop of this build in a lot of ways. So these are actually banners that are already made. Okay, so these are kind of patterns for banners. It's actually really cool. But let's try, because we are so creative here. Let's try and add some. Oh, we need some dye. Let's try some red dye. Should I do this, or how does it work? So if we do this and this, right? If we want to have some kind of drop, how would we make this? The round one in the middle could be a thing. What about let's try this one and see. The thing is, if we use this one here, could that be interpreted as blood kind of coming down? It looks like a keyhole, an upside down keyhole, but could this work? And then having so just let me just try and see. So if we have this one here, yeah, see, this doesn't really work. We have to do something about. Oh, or maybe we could. Or we need more of the black one here. Is my chat really stuck again? Yes, it is. For some reason, For some reason, it's a bit slow on the OBS side, so it kind of looks like nothing happens. But you're just yapping along, people. My favorite builders. Are you asking for my favorite builders? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, so B-dubs, Keralis. Well, for builders, for strict builders, I have other builders. So Mythical Sausage, I am a fan of him in terms of the way he builds for his survival series, as kind of for kind of builders that are kind of primarily focused on building. I would say, I mean, there's so many on Instagram that are really, really good. But just off the top of my head, so KXifer, which I have been in contact with, he's a great builder, also a YouTuber. And I would say like Stan, my man, he's a machine. He's a really, really good builder. Calvin is a good builder, really, really good at Axiom. If you ever need anything to kind of learn about Axiom, he has a whole series of crazy tutorials about Axiom. So I don't even want to say a word about Axiom because of how good his stuff is. Wait a second, let's try this. No, not this one, this one. But there are so many other builders. But of course, the B-dubs is a great builder. But I the thing is, I don't watch as many YouTube videos. Well, this doesn't work at all. What am I doing? This doesn't work at all, guys. This is totally not what I wanted to do. I'm just wasting banners here. So I want to have something that... I don't know how to extend, so the drop here, right? This will be, if I add a red pattern here, can I do this? Or could I just have the, okay, how about, okay, guys, listen. What happens if I do this? Actually, I mean, drops of blood is actually not... It's not half bad, isn't it? I mean, for a tapestry, this is more of a design of some sort of logo or some sort of... But I could add some more kind of flair to it, so it looks kind of dull the way it is here. So how about we add some... I don't know, something that makes it a bit more... maybe this one. Let's see, could we add this one and then have... I hate it when I do that. Oh, did I just... Okay. How about... I'm not sure about this at all, but I'm just thinking if this could be some sort of... Lady Eunice, hello! How about we check Mrs. message on Discord? Ah! Oh, I can see what happened there. Yes. I can see what you. I can see that. I can see what you did there. I could actually just pay attention to the chat, guys. How easy would it be if I just was a bit more perceptive, right? Noob streamer. That's thing. So what Myth, the genius that is Myth, what she did was to make a diamond shape first. You have this one. You have this one, and then you need a black. Okay, I need a black dye. Black. Where's black? Black dye. And then we will add this one here. Is it that one, or is it? It's probably that, just that one, right? Or that one. Does it matter even? Should I check again? It's the, yeah. This one, and then we can go ahead and make our cool droplet. Look at that. That is blood in a much more obvious way. But still, look at that. It doesn't work. This should be the lowest one. So it should be something like this, and then yeah. But then you have the issue. You can't put anything there. That will kind of ruin it. Then you have to have like a. Can you see what the problem is? It doesn't really work. And having something there, then unless you do that, that is a one way of doing it. Yeah, she's just yapping along like always. That Myth, no. Will you post a tutorial for the Yellow Palace in the near future? I will post a tutorial for the Yellow Cathedral in the near future, which will be called the Bloodstone, the first cathedral. But guys, I'm just spending all this time kind of creating these patterns for just a banner that is not really supposed to be. So the tapestries in general needs to be something that is a bit more kind of varied. So maybe it's not here. We'll add those. Maybe this will be reserved for kind of banners either on the chair itself or on the walls here. This could be something like this, right? Maybe it could be that. Yeah, it could be something like that. And for those here, I would probably like to have them hang here and then have... for now, let's just use these and make it so. Maybe we even move this a bit. Just a tiny bit. And we can have those on the other side too. Oh no, we can't. Well, we can, but we need to have them up higher. So either we make tapestries on top. We could also have tapestries on these, in these kind of niches here and here. That's also a possibility. That is also a possibility. We need 6 and blue connected. Yes, Blue Note. Yeah, Blue Note. He's a good builder. Yes, he's a really good builder. Yeah, for some reason my OBS doesn't quite follow the chat, so sometimes it just gets stuck, and I'm just sitting and thinking, why are people not writing anything? But it is actually going. It's just a bit slow sometimes. can you do it on a black background? The king can reach it, so the chair is very big. I will do some kind of way of enter, or kind of ascending the staircase from the back, maybe, or something. I don't want to do it right now. I want to kind of get going because we didn't. We're 2 hours in and we only made this chair and these banners. It's pathetic. We need to be a bit faster, guys. But I think I do like the idea of having it on both sides, so maybe we should just... Oh. How about this? Oh, I forgot the... Because, you know what? Symmetry can be nice. Yeah. Okay. As I said, I don't want to do much when it comes to the floor pattern just yet. But I do want to kind of a radial design where we want some kind of way of kind of sitting and kind of having people to gather here, and they should be able to sit and kind of address the king in some sort of arrangement that I don't want to kind of take up too much of the main floor. So for now, let's just build some benches. Let's just try and build a couple and see how it works. I need a color for the... It's just I'm not sure about any of this here. Can we go higher and do this instead, and then have it be a bit more kind of... Or not? I'm not sure. I don't want this. I probably want something that's a little bit more subdued. So maybe just... Guys, I am not sure. For now, let's just build the design of it, and then we can always kind of... It's just that I'm not sure I want everything to be kind of straight angled. It's just that if I make a kind of a bench over here that is... well, actually, we kind of have to make it straight because we have these kind of passageways here. So I don't want anything kind of obstructing that. And the same thing over here. So I would probably do something like that, like this. It's just a bit underwhelming, I think, the design here. You have patterns. That's also awesome, Myth. I'm off, guys. Patty, thank you so much for stopping by, and cheers to you. Thanks for joining. Let's see. What do I want? I want something a bit more creative. I don't like the... There's of course armor stand designs I could use, but how about some benches that are a little bit more interesting? Good question. Okay, so we could either do something like this I just made, or actually make it a bit more, a bit taller and a bit more a bit bigger in general. Something like this could be could also. Oh, no, I don't like that. It's just I want something that is a bit more. I mean, some people they actually use what is it called? Campfires for kind of some sort of bench or construction, and that can be nice. But I think that kind of feels more patio, kind of exterior, it's like furniture for outside. I tend to use scaffolding that can work. It's just for this build, I think something more bulky works better. Yeah, I'm just looking at a couple of examples here. I know I hate getting stuck on kind of small designs like this, but sometimes it can be difficult to know what you actually want. Shelves around slabs. Yeah, I mean, that is basically what I'm doing here. I mean, that's what I did before. So, and that is a way of doing it. I mean, I would probably kind of prefer having like a smaller or lower kind of seating height, basically, instead of having because if you see a scaffold. For that one, you can make all kinds of designs, like where you add, I mean, something like this, and you can add maybe a sign on the side or something like that. But it's also quite big. It's kind of, I don't know, it kind of feels too big in a way. But I do like the shelves for. Generally, I mean, just having a bench like this works just fine, and we can just do that for now. That's also fine. But we could also make a tiered system where we have one here. Let's say that, and then we have like a small walkway or a small. This is just an experiment. I'm not sure this is something I want. But I do like the idea of it. So maybe something like this, and then you can have something underneath. I mean, you can almost kind of kick the person in front of you. So I would probably just for safety reasons, just move this one block. And then maybe, I mean, this one will have to be moved. But also, I don't know, in a way, I actually like it to be a bit more kind of closer together. But then again, what do we do here? Then here I would probably do a design that is a bit more. Let's see. Could be something like this, and then having that's an option. Would you do this then? Oh, it's too, I don't know. Okay, just for now, let's just try this, and we can copy this around and see how it works. So this one would be here on this side, and then we can have one over here. On this side. Is it one block off? Yes. So here I would probably opt for a smaller one or something that's a bit different. I also do I like the color scheme. I mean, I think it works quite well. It kind of aligns with the lighting. The way it lights up, it actually makes sense. And then I can still have some sort of pattern on the inside that so just having a look at this, and let's just copy this over on the other side and just to see how it looks, because this one can be copied here, and over here we can have one, but it needs to be smaller. So I will probably make this just a half bench or something, even smaller basically. So this could be something like this. And then you can have the statues can be here. They could be here somewhere. So for now, let's just light this up with some blocks. Just I do want to get going and try to do a little bit more of. I know that this won't be like this. I'm just trying to. Okay. I mean, if we have a statue here, well, I don't think that it needs to be lit up this way. So let's just, for now, let's just remove that and just have the pedestals. They can just be there for now, and we can always come back and make the statues. I don't know why this doesn't align, because it's not really actually it isn't aligned at all. So we actually need to, can we do this maybe? Or should we even move it further to the right? It just feels like the statues should be centered here in this space. And that could, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's better. So if we move this over here, I know it looks weird the way it kind of gets closer here, but I actually do like it better. It's simply because of the way it's designed. It looks a bit, but then again, you would probably stand here and look at the statues here. So it might not be a bad idea to have it a bit to the right, like this, because when you look at it here, it would kind of center at this place, maybe. Can use cushions in late September? Yes, yes, yes. I need the cushions. Definitely the cushions for this and also for the benches here. But I think just adding the benches here, that's fine. And then we can add some armor stands or something here. Just maybe a couple of pedestals here and here for something. For now, let's just add an armor stand, and we can let's just add this, and we might add a statue or something else. That is fine. I think over here we can add one. Or actually two, depends on how we want. Oh, wait. Is it the same over here? No, I made it different. It's different actually. Here's one block, and it's one block over there and 2 blocks over here. So I will have to move these 1 block. Yes, like so. Now it's more symmetrical. Okay, guys, so look at this. We have this floor plan here. So if you just look at it like this, there's plenty of room to kind of integrate a floor plan here. I think the benches are a tiny bit dull. I don't know if we could do something to kind of make them a bit more interesting. We might add something. I'm not sure, but we could change that up a bit. We don't have to, but I'm just thinking we might do something, you know. Let's just do this for now, and then we can always come back and change it later. Yes. Please, sir, may I have the room dimensions? So, Myth, are you speaking for yourself or for another person? Are you asking for yourself or for a certain individual? Okay, I know you're probably asking for yourself because you like to do patterns. You can experiment with this, the room size here. So if you have this here is, let's see, 8 to 14, and you have 8, 48. So we need to add one more block, right? Because we're measuring from the inside. So 14, 48, that's 35 blocks. Asking for a friend, probably. Yeah, it's only because Sophie Myth, she mentioned the pattern thing for the floor, so she might want to kind of try some designs out. But yeah, 35 blocks the furthest wall to the furthest wall. Yeah. But you know, guys, for now, let's just keep this as it is. I do want to think about the tapestries, but I think this is just for now. This is okay. We need to add tapestries. We need to add two statues here, and we need to add a floor pattern. That's the kind of the rough things we need to do, and we might change a bit in some of these kind of parts here. And we may add some more detail later for the walls. We can see about that. I don't want it too cluttered. I like the kind of more clean look that we got with the walls. I might do a bit of texturing for the walls, but I don't know if there's a good block for texturing that wall. Maybe, but I don't think it's needed. I like the contrast between the very rough construction of the castle itself and these very clean walls. I think that it's a good kind of balance. And I mean, these banners kind of, in a way, makes it look a little bit cheap. The throne is also it's up for discussion if this can be changed. I like the shape of it basically, but I might actually go in and use some cinnabar instead. But for now, let's just keep it as it is. I don't think it's bad or anything. It's just it is big, but I mean, I do want a big chair for the king. Then we have the room here. This only leads to the outside, as I showed you earlier here. To the bridge. And for this part, I might just add like armor stands or something like that. So we have, for each of these, could be an armor stand. And for each of these, there could be a lantern or something like that. So we can have the armor stand and then the lantern underneath. Yeah, 35 by 35 myth. That is exactly right. Okay, this is extremely bright. It's too bright, basically. But the only hanging light source is these lights. So we might do something else here. I do like it better if it's just lit up from the top, actually. But yeah, for now, let's just do this, and then this is, yeah, and again, we can add a pattern here, and we can also add, I don't know, some tables or something. It's not meant to be a room that I think is more of a transitional kind of space we walk through to just kind of experience the place in general. Yeah. You feel like the throne is actually too small. I mean, it could be bigger, but I'm not sure. I think it is extremely large compared to any normal. I mean, it's bigger than the throne in Game of Thrones, for instance. But I mean, I'm not saying I'm fairly flexible on that point. I think it could be smaller or it could be bigger. I'm not sure. I think it's too small, but yeah. But I will, just before I leave this room, I will be adding, just trying out to remove just some of the blocks, just to see if it kind of pops a bit more if I use the cinnabar. So I would use the cinnabar here and here and here. And over here. I think that actually is already a bit better, just to kind of distinguish that part with the rest. I think it kind of works a bit better, because now the red kind of pops compared to everything else. Yeah. And I might do some more detail. I mean, we could add some. I'm not sure about any of this. Yeah, I'm not sure about adding stuff here. Maybe if it's something like this, you could do that. But you know what? For now, let's just wait. So we need to figure out what to do next. We do have a solid hour until I'm done. So let's go upstairs and take a look. So we have we have this space up here. I mean, this is we could begin to kind of arrange that. I think let's do that just quickly, just to see how this will look. I think that's fine to do now. You think it's 100 times better. That's a lot, but I think it's better to state. You built a sanctum in survival, my friend. I can't read French, but it's also maybe in the chat on YouTube. It is actually it might be there might be a no. It doesn't really. Oh, well, it does actually translate inside of YouTube. That's actually cool. Your 25th birthday, you're acting like an old-timer. What do you mean by that? Are you referring to me? Are you able to build that in a flat world? I mean, this build, I mean, you can do that, but so it's designed for this seat specifically, but just to show you, just to show all of you. Let's see. This is the build, right? And the two mountains here, and all of these are actually they are vanilla, from the vanilla seed. So that means that you have the mountain over here, and this one and this one. All of these were mountains that were already there. That is why each of these towers are placed where they are. So you can see all the towers here are placed on parts of the mountain that actually they already have the shape. So you can see the shapes here. They actually are kind of pushed and pulled from the ground, from the shapes of the mountain themselves, basically. So I use as much as possible from the mountain. You can see this one here wasn't designed by me. I just used that for the shape of each of these towers, or each of these parts of the building. So I mean, you could make this in a flat world and just build this, or maybe just instead of building the mountains, you could just build the towers downwards until they meet the ground. But you can do that, but in a weird way. I think it makes sense to build it here, or at least recreate the mountains, because it tells the story of why it was even built this way. I didn't want to build a angled bridge like this. I didn't want to before, but I had to, because these two mountains, they are. Look at this. Look at this. The floor plan of the build. So you have these two mountains. When first finding the seed, I kind of thought that these two mountains were aligned, and I thought, oh, awesome, I can make a bridge between them. But then I figured out that they weren't aligned, so I had to make the bridge the angle it is now. And now at this point during the build, I'm actually glad that that it isn't straight, because that actually gives kind of a certain vibe to this bridge. You kind of have to design around that. And I use this kind of I don't even know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. Like this section, designed kind of offset section that is copied and offset by one block, copied and offset by one block. And so I'm simply saying that having a imperfect location like this is what makes the build interesting, because you can actually kind of use these kind of aspects of the mountains to design the builds in unusual ways that you wouldn't that you wouldn't do in any other case, or you might not do in any other case. So for instance, I would never design because I like everything to be rigid and kind of straightforward. I would almost always go for a more like a straight bridge, like the one in Crestland Castle. There's definitely something wrong here. There is something, because I made this. You can see I made this kind of almost like a highlight or a profile going all the way around, but something happened over here that I didn't account for. You can see here, doesn't match. I need to take care of that. I don't want to do that now, but I need to do that at some point. So this is, all of these are always one block offset. So for some reason, I don't know what reason that is, but you can see here, this one is actually, yeah, this needs to be moved upwards, or at least it needs to be, you know what, let's not do this now. I will do this at another time, but there's definitely something wrong with, I think it's only this part up here. It might only be this part up here, actually. So you know what I can do? I can fix it right now, because this can be fixed by just adding this one here. And then instead of having these, we just need these, and that's it. Then it's fixed there. And for this one, I'll just do the same. And then add these. Oh, next, you're leaving. Awesome. Awesome that you're leaving. No, no, not awesome. Awesome that you were here to join me in during the stream. And thank you so much for. It was you made this super chat, right? I was just about to kind of mix something up. Or was it Nep? I'm so sorry. Nex, you did it right, Nex. Or was it Nep? It was Nex, right? See, this is why you should have a practice to kind of memorize stuff in general, so you don't look like a fool. But thank you so much for coming. Hey, Brandon, welcome. It was Next. It was really nice having you here, and I hope you had a fun time. Make it kitchen and jail, please. I will make both kitchens and jail. So the kitchen, I didn't mention the kitchen, but one of the rooms, well, several of the rooms need to be kitchens. So that's definitely a thing that needs. We need kitchens, lots of them. We definitely do, but not for the king. Not inside the king's chambers. The servants are bringing him the food, so we need a proper kitchen for the staff. Yeah, we need that. I think this is good now. Yes, but yeah, I was simply saying that you can build this in a flat world, but I think what makes this build unique is the fact that it's designed with the terrain in mind. That's part of it. I think that's a fairly important part of the build in general. Okay, let's go down here and quickly take a look at what we have. We have this corridor, or this room, and we want some kind of corridor going from here and over to the other side. So I would suggest let's just make a quick, I'm just using this as a stand-in block just to kind of make a floor plan. So what if we made a corridor here? We can make it wider. I think we should make it wider. But let's just see. I need all the kitchens, says Rebecca. Yes, Rebecca. As a food connoisseur like you would need all the kitchens. I mean, okay, so maybe you missed that, Rebecca. But I promoted Dasha to my court jester because of all her fine jokes. So I might need a castle chef. So if you're up for the job, you might be there might be a spot open. I need an application, and you need to use proper ink from the correct time period to be eligible for. The mods are still waiting for what you'd name us. Well, I mean, you can start by coming up with some ideas for what you what is fitting for you guys. I mean, it has to be themed towards what you are known for, and I think State, you are definitely someone that likes to build. So what does that mean? Are you the court engineer, the court architect? Is that quite? I mean, since you didn't design the build yourself, I would rather have it could be something about maintenance in general. That doesn't sound as cool, does it? You're maintaining the build. That probably isn't even a real thing. I mean, it is a real thing, but it's not like a known position. You volunteer time to slaughter a goose then. Yeah. Guys, I need some water. So is the heat wave totally gone for all of you guys, or do you still experience kind of high temperatures? I mean, here it has been quite warm the last couple of days. Yeah. Oh look, this is always the first light that goes. My trusted campfire light. But the thing is, the bee has been working on the same batteries for all my streams, and nothing kills the battery life of that one. It's incredible. It is incredible. So I'm just thinking something like this could work. We could make these walls a bit more kind of making some niches, have them go in and out in some ways. But we need this is staff, but is it only staff for the like barracks, like soldiers, guards, stuff like that? I'm not sure about that. It could be only that, and then having the staff for kitchens and stuff be in another place. So the kitchen could be, for instance, here. It could be. No. I'm not ending the stream. I had a little under an hour left. I usually stop my stream at 11 o'clock. That's in 1 hour, but it might be a bit before that. We'll have to see. The humidity is causing some really bad storms. Really? Okay, that's crazy. So maintenance, that's admittedly, maintenance sounds a bit boring. It's not as I don't think it's boring. It's just not as epic as, I don't know, the Court Wizard or. What is your smallest build? My smallest build is probably, I mean, okay, you can do that. What you can do is you can go on YouTube and find build comparison on my videos, and you can see the smallest builds, and they are probably houses, small houses. I made a survival. I made a golden windmill that is fairly small compared to everything else. There's a time lapse for that video, for a survival time lapse. One of my best videos ever. Nobody watches it, but. There is a Halloween video about a what is it called? A witch's lair. That is also smaller than most of my builds. But yeah, I think the video kind of showcasing the scale of my builds, all of my builds from back then. It's an outdated video. You can see some of the smaller builds there. Okay, guys, we have the throne room here. Then we have some kind of room here. I don't know what this room should be, but let's say we are actually making a lift that can access all these floors. That lift will enter somewhere around here because you have the you can almost see the building. This building right there. That building is basically the elevator. What could be the elevator, and that will. It kind of. I'm not quite sure where it will have access to, but it might have access somewhere. Maybe here on the side, or I don't know if it can be filtered into the staircase. I don't think so. It could actually be more neat to have it here, because then you can have. So let's just check it from the outside. So you have this part here, right? If that is a lift, then a kitchen could access that lift. It could be transferred up and down to the ballroom. I mean, the people in the ballroom, they need snacks, they need chips, they need cookies, they need wine, all that. We need to be able to give them that. And I think having a lift here, going all the way up here to the ballroom, could be nice. And then it can also stop by the the king's chambers here, and it can stop in the throne room and even at the barracks. So that means that the kitchen could be anywhere around here. We could also have a kitchen on the other side, but do we really want to transport food back and forth all the time? I think we need a dedicated kitchen on each side, like several almost. So let's say that we have our king here. He needs food. The king is hungry. So I think we should give the king what he wants. But exactly where that is, I'm not sure. I mean, it could be here, right? No, that not here, because this is the king's bedroom. But it could be just underneath the bedroom, couldn't it? So you have the barracks here, and then you have the kitchen here. But then again, you have kind of access from the... Good question. This is also kind of a space where people can go in and out. So I think, okay, I'm really just thinking out loud with all of this. But imagine we have the access point here. Okay, just a quick diagram. The jail is over here where I'm pointing now. This is the big kind of dungeon that's over here. The people from the dungeon, or just the people from the soldiers, they can move in and out up the stairway underneath through the secret passage up here. We have the secret passage goes underneath here. Then they enter here at this side. They go down in here and over to the barracks here. So this whole kind of way of going back and forth that is undetectable from the people on above. They can't really see what happens down here. So I would think that if we want to have a kitchen here, I don't want to have inmates going back and forth here. I would want this entrance to be on the other side, flipped on the other side. So we definitely need to do that. Just flip it over here. So instead of coming in here, we need to, I mean, either here or on the left. It depends on where we want to enter. I mean, it can also be just here, having a double door entrance. What do you think about building a courthouse and court of justice near to the prison? So I think that we need I think actually that we could do that. So there are multiple places where kind of judgment can be how would you put it in English? You can pass judgment on other people in some form or another. That one place, the first place will be the throne room down here. So the king himself makes a command of some sorts. That's not really a trial or anything, but that is something that could happen here in the throne room in a more kind of dramatic setting where he needs him to make a swift decision for something important. But then we have the ballroom here, and as I said earlier, this is not only a ballroom. This is also a it might be a senate, a ballroom, a senate, or a court. I mean, a place where people can gather, because I will add a design here that mimics the design from the throne room just a bit, where we have a balcony up here and maybe even a secondary balcony here on the inside, because then people can stand and kind of observe. You might have one person standing in the middle, or even a pulpit or something that can be either a mobile one, something that can be removed once in other circumstances, if you're having a gathering or something. But I want to have it be a multifunctional room. So I'm actually thinking of this room could be the court itself. Astronomy room. It is the astronomy room in many ways. You have the stars above here. You've been demoted. You're a maintenance man. Yeah, Sandy. So I always forget that Sandy at your place is actually winter. It will get warmer now in South Africa. And by you, Rebecca, it's hard to tell, but it rains a lot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it has been up and down here. The last couple of days, it has been rather warm. But to your point, I think this place could be the court also. I think that's a good place to have that. So a multifunctional room. Yeah. But yeah, we will flip this one on the side here and have this be the wait. Actually, yes, let's I actually made this to actually mimic the shape on the other side. But now I don't need it anymore, so I can just remove it. Let's just use some of these blocks here. And then, you know what, let's just, for now, let's just remove this. And, well, we actually need it, we need it over here. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, we actually need that. Oh. Yeah, let's just, we can wait a little bit with designing this part here. I'm not in a rush with that. But yeah, right now what we have here is a direct connection from the barracks inside here and up through up here, and from there we can go up here through the tower, inside here, and up the stairs, and through the secret passage underneath the bridge, like an observatory. You could say that. I think it's also a bit like an observatory. I mean, it's basically just because of the way the ceiling looks. It looks like a star map, but it's technically not meant to be a. Well, I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Maybe we can add something that kind of feeds into the idea of an astronomy room, like a. But for this part here, I'll definitely want to kind of have smaller spaces. I'm not quite sure how they will be, but we need kind of smaller rooms. Yeah, you're a pipe runner. That is true. What a terrible fate I gave you. So Myth, what are you? What is your I mean, okay, Sophie, you well, you're a mod on Discord, so that's also fine. You can get a spot too, because of your some of the stuff you like to do. I think you could be in charge of setting up the arrangements for the ballroom dances and concerts and whatever will happen there. I think that would be a job for you. The party planner. Party planner doesn't sound medieval, but there might be a an equivalent of a party planner when it comes to when it comes to stuff like that. What about toilets? We need toilets, guys. Toilets, and so I'm just laying out a bit of a just the main kind of section. So this could be one room with bunk beds, or maybe some of the rooms have maybe just a couple of beds. Maybe one of them has it's just for the I mean, we need a captain of the guards. So that's also a possibility for one of you guys. But we need a captain of the guards, and that person could have a more extravagant room. Maybe here even. So we could kind of make this one room a bit nicer than the others. That could be a possibility. Pinkie Pie in real life. What is that? Poor state. Yeah, Crow. You're right. You are right. You are right. But yeah, let's see, guys. Let's see what do we have here. We have our so I still do like to kind of have so kind of straight walls and stuff can be a bit boring. So just doing stuff like alternating between the length and kind of width of each of these can help kind of break up the monotony. So maybe this could be adding something here. Okay, what am I doing? It could be something like that. It could be, we could mimic that on the other side, or we could do something a little bit more irregular. What do you think? I am a rigid kind of builder, so let's just try and mimic. State has one of the worst roles. You actually do, State. You do. I don't know if we are able to give him a promotion. We might do that. I mean, he could be useful in other places. And the thing is, I am technically, well, if I'm the king, then I'm not the planner or the maintenance guy. But yeah. That is a good question, guys. Do we want a... Let's see. I do actually like to have it a bit asymmetrical, but I mean, in the end, this is nothing hinges on this on these kind of walls and how we do it. I will kind of be able to change it up. Are you going to bed, Rebecca? Sleep well, and nice having you here as always. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Good night's sleep. I was expecting to receive a rank of the head archivist or something like that, but nope. I'm just cleaning the crap from the sewage tunnels. I mean, somebody needs to do it, State. I mean, someone. Yeah. I'm beginning to suspect that you're not entirely happy with with your position. Yeah. Okay, guys. What do we need? We need to do something here. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this part. I'm just trying to set up the main walls of these rooms here, and then Let's see. Let's move those up first. And something like this. I'll just do this first, and we can always change it. So these walls, I will change them back to something else. But actually, this is okay. This is also like an interesting thing. So what are you saying, Sophie? You could also be the hairdresser and barber. You know what? That is even more appropriate. But then I need a party planner. But I think that is actually, and that actually gives me a good idea. We need a room for a barber. So the king specifically needs a kind of one of the rooms needs to be a barber chair or something like that. You know? That is actually interesting. Let me think about that. I think that's actually a cool idea to come up with some designs for a hairstylist. I mean, okay, State, you can't announce a coup against the king. It doesn't work like that. You kind of have to do that without my knowledge. And I haven't even none of you are even technically working for me at this point. I'm just merely talking about the possibilities. And you're already at the cool level. I don't know, for some reason you don't seem like a safe person to have around. But okay, I'll give you another chance. You are okay. You just to kind of calm you down. I will give you a. You can do this. Try and find a list of things that you want to that you might be good at. You did mention some, but try to mention a couple. I need to kind of find the right one. For what are you voting? Odin, we're not. We are just talking about the different. How would you call it? Being exiled already. We're just talking about the different kind of people that will be working in the castle, and what should they do? What are their jobs? What are their ambitions? And State is one of the more outspoken kind of people that I have been. I mean, I'm trying my best to kind of calm him down, but he seems to be. No, not on my server. Sky Chairman. It's not on. It's we're just role playing. So here's the law behind that. The law behind it is that we have a there's a person called Dasha that usually comes by the stream. She was here earlier, and just for her sake, of all our sakes, I'll just play her own voice, kind of announcing the. So the thing is, okay, there's a bit of law here. You can almost hear it, right? Let's go up to the ballroom and have Dasha herself announce what this is. Ballroom. It came out really unclean. That is pitiful. Yes. Okay. Here's the law. Dasha is very funny. She comes up with all sorts of jokes. So I appointed her as the court jester for this castle here. In spirit. She might get a room dedicated to her or something. But But other than that, she's just the court jester because of that. And then I just figured we might need other people of my mods, for instance, to inhabit other roles. This could be the head chef. It could be the captain of the guards. It could be the sewage cleaner, sewage scraper. And State he was actually quite eager to do that. So that's why he is so so happy and I would even say ecstatic in the chat in general, right? So he will he might be the person doing that, and we might find another person for something else. So yeah, we have some ideas, and I mean, Sophie, she might be the hairdresser, and I think that's actually a really cool kind of. It could be an awesome thing to actually design for the build itself, having a hairdresser / barber room. Have you read mine? What is yours, Sandy? What is yours, Sandy? I said I was royalty. I'm the king's sister and friends with the queen. We have cheese and wine daily. I mean, cheese and wine will be added to them. There will be lots of wine. I need to design. I need to come up with a good design for bottles. So yeah, you could be that. Yeah, you could be the something like that. Yeah, Sophie, you might get your own room. I think that's actually a good idea because so often when you're building these kinds of things, you kind of it's almost like, you know, when you're building something like this and you forget about a toilet. It's something you don't really want to design because it's why would you? But every palace, every space where you live needs a toilet, and in the same way, there are lots of things you don't think about, like a barber. I think you might not need a room for that, but in such an extravagant castle, why not have a dedicated room for that? I think that's actually a really cool idea to kind of add. Also, in terms of just for designing that. Designing the chair, designing each aspect of it. I need to look up. Maybe you can send me some pictures, Sophie, from some cool barber shops that you like, or something that you should you think I should kind of create. That could be awesome. So yeah, these posts or these kind of things, the things we kind of invent now are actually really cool to kind of actually add to the build. So it's more than just fooling around. We're actually adding some extra value to the build. Yes, guys, we are making history. Yes, no idea how to make that. I actually just saw a really cool design for a this is something else I know, but it's a like a bench press. So you have you have a bench. And then for your head, because the head is tilted a bit for having kind of elevated your head a bit when kind of lifting. And for that, they used a what is it called? A lectern. That's really clever. And then, of course, something horizontal for the what is it called? The bench press itself, but I'm thinking stuff like that's kind of clever stuff that we could add just to kind of simulate a chair or a place where you kind of wash your hair, right? So you kind of lean back and you have some water or stuff like that. So I think there are many ways to do cool designs that could actually be really nice. What is the upcoming video about? Okay, Big Bad Panda, if you you can go on my Patreon for free and see a post on Patreon I just posted today that teases the next build / video. It's also in the announcement chat on my Discord. Both are linked in the description of this video and all my other streams, the VODs. So you can go there and find you can actually, if you squint your eyes, you can probably see what it is. But it takes a long time. It's the biggest build I've ever made. That's why it takes longer than usual. I was in the middle of telling you something. I get distracted by all your comments, guys. So what Oh, thank you, Sandy. It's a cool teaser picture. Thank you so much. A city in a redstone torch. Yes, the whole city is inside a redstone torch. That is exactly what it is. Well, not quite. So the redstone torch is just there to kind of create the effect to having a foreground, kind of an object in the foreground. It could be something else. I just thought that the redstone torch would be a kind of fitting device. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Let's see. What do we do? This and then do this, and then do this. Is this acceptable? Then we might do. Oh, this. Oh, you know what? We could even. Well. Oh wait, could we do instead do this and then have, yeah. So okay, here's the thing. This is actually a thing that is I'm gonna DM you some inspo pics of classic hairstones. Awesome, Sophie. That's awesome. You can do that. I would love to see that. Thank you so much. I can't say the words I used this morning. You can't, Sandy. Myth, you need to kind of give me some ideas. What would you say are your strengths, or what defines you as a person in relation to this build? What kind of quality could you add? You have to think about that. I might think about that too. So I keep getting away from my point. The point is that one of the things that is a good kind of design tool for making builds like this. I'm just kind of simplifying this concept for you. But for anyone that wants to build kind of castles or kind of buildings that have some history to it and some authenticity to them, a thing you could do is to think about pieces of, it could be rooms, it could be even structures or towers or something that was made later or at another time. Because one of the things that is a kind of a danger, it's not a danger, but you know what I mean. It's a kind of a thing that a lot of people do, and I'm included in that. That is create a build with one specific style. Everything is completely built at at the same time, basically, which is actually a thing. You can see that in many castles and buildings, but a lot of castles get destroyed, they get rebuilt, things get added. Maybe it was built at one time in one time period, and things evolve, and they had to add new rooms that are much more modern compared to what used to be there. So, for instance, you have these large rooms here, and they are kind of all built in the spirit of this entire structure. But then you have rooms like the ones down here, the barracks. I mean, I imagine that these rooms down here, they might not even be part of the original structure because of how irregular they are compared to everything else. They might have been, it might have been something else. The room below might have been taller, or this might have been something completely different. So what we can do here is to use a completely different material for the inside. That could be terracotta instead of the cinnabar. That kind of indicates that we're using a material that is made at a later point. So or we could use more wood instead of having everything just be the cinnabar and red terracotta and mangrove. So instead of copying these walls here, we could use something else. So that's what I think I'm going to do instead, just to have this be more, I don't know, authentic might not be the right word, because you can have a castle that has all these aspects be kind of made in this in one style basically. But what I'm saying is having all of these structures be kind of distinct from everything else, that actually I think adds a bit of some kind of realism to it. Hi Sexwing, thank you for streaming. I'm looking forward to lurking while at work. That's awesome. Hisras, if that is how it's pronounced. Welcome. Okay, Myth. Of course, you are my guard dog on Discord. So why not design a literal guard dog? Why not make that as a design for as like almost like a statue, but make that not make it a statue, but make the guard dog a living creature that's actually in the castle, sitting maybe by the side of the king or the right hand of the king. Would that be a cool feature? I mean, I can almost kind of feel State in the background, kind of his head is just getting red of all the cool things I kind of I talk about with all the other. I mean, Sophie's getting her barber chair, her cool room, and Myth is getting a really cool dog statue a dog creature built right next to the king. The attack dog, the bloodhound. Hey, bloodhound. We already have a name. The bloodhound. The bloodhound Cerberus. Kind of like Hearst Castle in California. Okay. Do I know that one? Hearst Castle. Okay, that is okay. That's actually situated on a mountain. How old is that? So the way I set up my streaming setup, I only share Minecraft. I probably need to kind of change that, so at some point I can kind of show you inspirational kind of pictures and stuff from like architecture and stuff. It could actually be nice to add that. Because right now I just made a minimalist setup, just my face and my and Minecraft. But yeah, this is a really cool castle. Yeah, it's in California. It was made in the early 20th century, or the first half of the 20th century. That is awesome. I don't think I knew that castle, but thank you, Lady Eunice, for mentioning it. It's really interesting. What was I trying to do here? I was trying to... Yes, I want to do this. Position 1 and position 2. And then we need to Replace yellow terracotta with just let's try normal terracotta. And then go up here. So this is a block that we're in the same kind of ballpark. I think it's fine. It's still distinct, but then we could add maybe some wooden structures kind of holding this together. Just to go off the idea that this isn't made. It is kind of an addition that isn't really follows the same structure, because it doesn't follow the same structure. You have all these rooms here that are almost like they are. I mean, they just work independently from everything else. Hey Sati, welcome! Oh, the black shadowy grime on the walls looks so good. What is that? Or from the outside. Did you see the outside, Sati? I can go out here. I actually need to do this. So you mean the kind of the texturing I made for the? It is actually really, really dark. Wait. I'm guessing you mean all of this around the build. Yeah, exactly. Sati is also a great builder and streamer and YouTuber. You should also check her out on the Adorn server. A beautiful server. So I'm captain of the guards, the Bloodhound, like the hound in A Song of Ice and Fire, with a wolf called Cerberus. So you are okay. So you don't want to be the hound yourself. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know. It depends on how easy it is to build that. I was thinking of just having the hound be there, but then again, you might be well. You might have a point. Thank you, Sandy, for saying so. I like the build too. The thing is, the build is really is much bigger than I thought. So for anyone asking, this is actually the build height. It can't be taller than this. It takes up all the space of Minecraft, and I never thought it would be this big, but it just ended up being much bigger than I thought, and that is why I have actually been building a bit off stream, because I mean, it would take forever to do this, just because I have 3.5 hours each like once a week, right? And that isn't quite a lot when you think about it. I mean, when I do builds for my videos in general, I do full-time work on those, and I work so long on these builds. So just the streams here, that it's actually not that much. I really like this room also. We won't be making this now. I really wanted to actually, so because I don't have that much time, I think for now let's just skip the barracks just for now. We will get back here and do more. Oh wait. Why can't I do this? Okay, now I can. Yeah, the barracks here, I just laid out some of these structures. I will change this to like a wooden construction, I think. And this will also be different. It won't be this pristine. I will definitely make it more interesting. But for now, let's just go upwards and have a look. We can actually do it here. And let's quickly have a look at this and see if we can actually just map out the construction of what we have here. So I think we need who is a build that you think he is better that you are at massive builds? There are so many builders that are probably better than I am. I mean, it's difficult to kind of so when it comes to kind of in pure size, there are so many builders that are much better at using the tools like Axiom. Like, yeah, I'm also using those tools, but I usually try to keep everything within, well, up until this point at least, try to keep my builds in kind of a realistically enough to be able to kind of be made in a tutorial form in survival. Of course, it takes a lot of time, but it's not so big that it can't be done. I mean, people do make these builds as in survival. Some are actually crazy enough for that, and that is awesome. But what I mean is, there are builders that are specifically they make builds that are just much larger than what I'm doing. I follow a couple of them on mostly YouTube, and some of the names escape me, but there are some really good ones that do like really massive builds, and they don't care about the laws of Minecraft. They just remove any kind of limitations and just build what they want to build. So you might say they're probably a lot better at building those kinds of builds than I am. But I think in general, I would say that the most important part is kind of finding your own niche and do that, and kind of. So I think it's like you can say the same thing about like a movie director or a painter. Some might be better at painting realistically or making action movies compared to drama or something else. And even within larger builds, each of us have different styles. Of course, some are better at some styles, more realistic styles, more kind of playful styles. But the analogy I usually give is, instead of a scale, it's more of a landscape of many ways you can kind of excel at building, and many ways you can be bad at building. So for each kind of a peak, there's like a person that does this kind of thing really well. And yeah, I think that's a good way of thinking about it, because in the end, I mean, yeah, you can set up some rules where you can say that some people are better than others. But then again, I don't know how interesting it is in the long run, or in general, because there's just so much diversity in how people build. But I mean, it's a fair question. I'm not saying it's a bad question at all. It's more of a yeah. Okay, what should we do here, guys? Should we do this? I'm just doing this quickly to see. Yeah, I would like to do this before the stream stops. Just a quick kind of outline for how this will look, and then I can stop and feel like we at least accomplished a little bit this time. Let's just do this and see how this looks. Okay. But I mean, Stan 616, I believe it's called. He is a really efficient builder, and he has done so. If you go back like years before, he made so many things. He's much more of an I would say expressive builder. I'm much more kind of. I try to stay close to everything I'm building in a certain sense, where I try to make everything a bit more kind of workable in survival, and I try to kind of have everything kind of line up in certain kind of ways where everything kind of makes, I wouldn't say makes more sense, but it's just a bit more kind of perhaps survival or vanilla friendly, I would even say. Whereas Stan, he's really good at just he can recreate so many cool builds, and he just uses all the entire palette of Minecraft in some really cool ways. And he's really fast, builds fast. I build much slower. I mean, to be fair, I build faster when I work alone, when I don't have to talk to you guys. I'm much more efficient. But that's just because I haven't streamed for that long. It's just it's definitely a thing you have to get used to, kind of getting to know how to build and talk, and kind of also not build and talk at the same time, but also kind of try to be comfortable in a position where you don't really know what to build, because I've talked to some people or other builders about this, that kind of on stream you're kind of forced to kind of be come up with the ideas, and sometimes ideas that just need time. You just need more time for kind of ideas need to kind of grow in your mind, and you need to try stuff out. You need to have a break and come back and stuff like that. You need to go to bed, Sandy. Awesome. I'll speak to you soon, and thank you so much for coming, Sandy. It's always nice to have you here. Always nice. I hope you had fun, at least. I'm still having fun, and I had fun. I just realized the more details you add today, more lengthier the tutorial will be. Yes, I mean, it will be, yeah. But I mean, a lot of details are missing. So yeah. Okay, let's try this. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, this is not totally wrong what I'm doing here. This might actually be fine. Indeed, it is good to take a break. I am close to finishing the Empire Castle on my own stuff. Oh, that's awesome. Always decent. And hello, you just joined. I'm actually stopping this. I'm about to finish the stream, but you just made it in time. That's awesome. Yes, State, you provide a lot of entertainment. And State, you still have an opportunity to think about other possibilities. I gave you a raw deal with the whole sewage thing, or at least, to be fair, you added the sewage part. I didn't. I actually I felt the entire thing. It could be a bit more graceful, but I mean, the way you put it, you made it sound much worse than I imagined it. But I will give you the chance to maybe even get an upgrade in the profession that we need for this castle. So I need staff members for this castle, and I need and also for this kind of designs in general. So we have several ideas. We have a barber chair, we have a barber room, or kind of stylist for the king. His hair needs to be perfect, and we have a guard dog that will sit on the right side of the king's throne. Yeah, and a couple of other ideas. So yeah, we are, and we have a court jester. So Dasha will be the jester. She is because she always provides the jokes. So that is definitely her. That spot is definitely reserved for her. Oh, what did I do? Let's see what we got here. Well, I'm not sure about that at all. You know what? Let's wait with this part here. He'd need to be polished. And a captain of the guard. I'm just claiming that now. You're claiming it. Okay. Okay. And then the captain of the guard needs an attack dog, which would be the Bloodhound because of the Bloodstone bridges or castle. A head like a mirror. Okay. Good to be here. Emberheart is on another game system called Tailspire. Now your build is cross game platforms. That's awesome. What if the king is bald? If the king is bald, I mean, we will make the king have a nice set of hair. We will. He will need a nice set of hair because of exactly for that reason. I mean, he can't be bald. Why can he? He can't be bald when he needs a haircut. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that is definitely the what we're gonna do with the king. But you can already see the design coming along. This has to be copied all the way around, and I will make a balcony here, and I probably will make another kind of smaller balcony in the middle here, so you have kind of layers of people kind of standing around, and they can observe and whether it's a ballroom dance. It's probably not a ballroom dance, but you know what I mean. It's a ballroom, but whether it's that or if it's a court hearing, a senate meeting, something like that, it has lots of different functions. So we need kind of observable kind of spots almost where people can stand around and listen to a person in the middle speaking. So it's a multifunctional room, multifunctional room. Do you know someone named Vixis? No, I don't know. I don't know. Don't know them, fortunately. But guys, I will. Mod notice. Please refrain from asking. Okay, yeah. That is good. Myth. That is good. But let's just stay here for a while and clear the. Let's add the. Let's add the clouds. We need our clouds. Awesome. But yeah, guys, I am closing off for today. It was awesome. Time flies by when you're in good company with all the fine people in the comment section. It was fun. It felt like I didn't add that much, but we did talk a lot about different kinds of unique rooms, so unique kind of things to add. So I think that's actually really helpful. If I know how to build dragons, I have built one dragon on the Dragon Palace. It's small. It's very kind of rough. I think it works fine for that build. But I wouldn't come for me for organic, for shapes. That's actually why I'm not just jumping into making the statues I talked about earlier. I want to. You got your toast that late in the evening, or you actually 1 hour off, I think, from my time. But yeah, Sophie, I usually stop at this point right now, actually. So. But it was really, really fun. There better be chocolate on in it, or is it that kind of toast? That sounds nice, actually. I have added my list for you to choose from, my king. I like the humble attitude. Lady Eunice, good night. Thank you for coming. It was awesome as always. I feel like the time flies by so fast, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just so much fun. Sometimes I wish I could stream more, but then again, it's actually nice to have this set date each week. So I will be doing a bit more of a kind of work behind the scenes, I think, just a bit in between. And then when this castle is done, I will also make a video for this castle. And I think I have an idea of the theme for that video. But it won't be the next video. But it will be in the near future. And then I want to, either when it's finished or even before it's finished, I will start a new series called 6 Meets a Person. So that's 6 meets like a content creator, and I will bring a content creator on, and we'll do something together that involves building. It could be just talking about building, showcasing builds, tours. It could be building something together. It could be just generally building related stuff. It doesn't have to be. I don't want to kind of have it to be that narrow, but I think within building in general, that's a fairly large thing in Minecraft in general. So there's so many ways you can kind of angle that in different ways. So yeah, it's that's also a thing I want to do. And then I probably jump into a new build after this one at some point. Start a new stream with a smaller build. It has to be small. That I need to have that be. That's the one thing I just need to do. I need to make a smaller build than this one for my next build stream. Streaming a realm tour, yes, something like that, Sophie. That could be really nice. But yeah, I have several ideas for people I could invite on, so that will be fun. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you all in. In 1 week to be exact. So yeah, see you guys.